Sagittarius, let's do your reading. So today we're gonna be asking the question just like everyone else. Why have you gone silent? So Sagittarius, sometimes when we're in our life, we get to a point where we feel like we don't know what to say, right? Sometimes we feel like we have to hold our tongue because it's better to not say anything. And there's also times when we're just so frightened that our mind goes blank, or we simply fear to say anything because of the repercussions, right? So, Sagittarius, I feel like those are really terrible places to be in. So, we're gonna have a look for you. Alright, what is making you go silent, and what can we do about it? Alright, what can you do about it? And advice for you. So we're going to use my new Tarot of the Divine deck to see your situation, why you've gone silent, and also an advice. We're going to clarify it with my Chinese student tarot deck and also get you a motivational card from my green batik deck. Alright, and lastly, we're going to have a look at your Amanda Lovelace Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle card. And hopefully we'll get your story. If it's not your story, that is fine. Perhaps another day. Alright, so Sagittarius, let us begin. I'll put the time skip below for the shuffling, and I'll see you in your reading. Alright, so this is your situation. Alright, so why has Sagittarius gone silent? No. There's far too many. Why has Sagittarius gone silent? And what is the advice for Sagittarius? So far the cards coming out pretty fast. Okay. Oh, no, too many. So what's the advice for Sagittarius? What's the advice for Sagittarius? Alright. Okay, and then we'll get you motivational cards. What message do you have for Sagittarius? 2 cards. I'll take them. Okay. Alright, so Sagittarius, this is your reading. Well, you're probably the fastest, or maybe not. Gemini was at 2 to 2 times skip. So Sagittarius, this is your current situation. 2 of coins, right? So someone or you are balancing something in your life, okay? Perhaps work and play. Perhaps financially you're trying to juggle things, right? Just like the lady, she has a baby and a bear baby. Actually, they're both half bear, half human babies in her hands, and she's juggling them both. So yeah, the thing about the peculiar imagery is that the Tarot of the Divine is inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world. So it has a very varied inspiration source. Every card has a story, and I'm gonna read to you what the stories are. So for the 2 of coins, Repisant, I hope I pronounced that right. Repisant, Pacific Northwest, Haida mythology. The 2 of coins represent the skill needed to balance opposing forces in life. For Repisant, the bear world and the human world collide. She embodies the duality of work and family, hobbies and careers, and wants versus needs. So in the upright, it means multitasking, balance, choice, flexibility, and prioritization, right? So you or someone are juggling something in your life to keep everything in balance, all right? And hopefully things are in balance. So let's see, in this situation, Sagittarius, why have you gone silent? The Star. Oh dear, why does she look sad? She looks really sad. Let's have a look at her story. Sister Alyonushka and brother Ivanushka. Russian fairy tale. The star is a symbol of hope after a disaster. The need to remain positive after misfortune, to remember that things can get better again. It is staying calm and open to future possibilities, seeing your situation with open eyes, mind, and heart. So in the upright, it means hope, serenity, inspiration, insight, and spirituality. Okay, so it seems like right now you're being very hopeful for something, and perhaps it's because of this deck, right, where she looks very sad. And symbol of hope after disaster. Remain positive after misfortune. So I believe these are the keywords on which why you are being silent right now, okay? While trying to juggle things, trying to keep things in balance, perhaps previously you had to go through some kind of an ordeal. And you don't really dare to say anything in case the balance would get disrupted, right? Because right now, what you want to do, what you're trying to do is to heal. So that's why you don't really want to talk much about it. So let us have a look at your advice, Sagittarius. 5 of Swords, a fight. Let's have a look. That's a very interesting card to get for an advice. Osiris, Set, and Isis. Egyptian mythology. The 5 of Swords represent a fight won through deceit. Set overthrows his brother Osiris and is seen gloating over his brother's inconsolable wife Isis. While Set represents a tyrant of a victor, Isis is a defeated combatant who will eventually bring about Set's defeat. And in the upright, it's surrender, betrayal, bullying, violence, crime. Okay, so what I usually understand from the 5 of Swords, okay, this is the kind of fight that people have where others will irrevocably get hurt, right? There is no real winner with the 5 of Swords. You know how the 6 of Wands are people arguing, and the 5 of Wands are people arguing, and the 6 of Wands is winning. For the 5 of Swords, it is followed up by the 6 of Swords, where all you can do is move away from the fight, because no one really wins. Everyone will eventually get hurt. Just like how it says in the story, eventually Isis is going to bring Set down, right? It's gonna drag Set down and defeat him. Okay, so before we clarify, so as an advice, what I'm feeling is that it's trying to tell you that either this 5 of Swords, it is not yet resolved. Alright, that's why it's in the upright. And you should probably understand that unless you move away from this fight, or unless you resolve it by somehow finding a way to work with all the parties, you won't really be able to heal properly. You won't be able to speak as you please properly. Alright, so let's look at your motivation cards. Treat every single person as if you have no idea what they're going through. That's a very nice one. And if you want to be loved, be lovable. Alright? Okay, so I feel this both is actually addressing the ordeal that is coming in the advice section, right? It could be telling you, it could be giving you an idea on how to actually manage all the parties. Okay, especially when you're fighting with someone, you tend to not understand where they're coming from. You tend to only think about what you're going through and what you have to maintain, right? For example, Set, he is only thinking about how he's going to rule Egypt. And for Isis, even though she's not directly in line for the throne, she's deeply affected by her husband's loss. And later on, through this loss, right, she's going to drag Set down. Of course, this is hoping that in your situation, right, the person who's doing you wrong has not gone to the extent of killing someone. Hopefully, I really hope so. But is it, my point here is that even bad people, they have something in their head that drove them to doing what they did, right? And perhaps you need to try and find that out so you can find a common ground to which all the parties can level down together to resolve it, right? And here, if you want to be loved, be lovable, which is telling me if you want to reconcile with someone, if you want to be vulnerable with someone, right? Everyone must agree to this, right? Before you can get someone to agree with you, you must find some way to begin to be open to agree with them, right, Sagittarius? That's strongly what I'm getting. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to clarify the Two of Coins. Alright, I'll clarify the Two of Coins for Sagittarius. Chariot, and also the the Page of Pentacles. Right? So the Page of Pentacles upright, of course, it's always an immature energy, but to me, upright would mean innocence rather than negative immaturity. So it seems like right now trying to balance, right? The Chariot is also about balance, but it's balance while moving forward. Okay, because your chariot can't stably move forward if both your horses are trying to run in different directions. So there is no stagnancy, which is good. You're moving forward. You're perhaps doing very well, actually, in this sense. And with the Page of Pentacles, it looks like you're heading to some kind of a good and stable future, right? It's a very young, to say, it's a very young future, and they can develop further, but definitely you're heading towards something stable, so that is good. So let's clarify the star. Let's clarify the star for Sagittarius. Let's clarify the star for Sagittarius. 2 cards as well. Wow. Ace of Cups and 4 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so 4 of Cups is generally about someone who is refusing a certain offer, right? So in this sense, I think it's trying to say that there is an offer that is being made to you, and or either you're making to someone, and someone is being called to not reject it. All right, I feel like this is oh, hang on. Okay, because this is why you have gone silent, right? You've gone silent because you're trying to heal. Someone has offered you something, right? Someone is offering their love to you, and I feel you don't really want to say anything because you don't feel good about it, right? Because you were just out from turmoil, and that turmoil has not completely been resolved yet, right? So you kind of not want to reject, but at the same time I feel like there's hesitance, right? There's still the hesitance. It's still a Four of Cups, so that means there is some kind of a hesitance, but you're leaning towards accepting it. But however, I feel like the thing here right now is time. Right? You feel like it's not right to accept it yet, even though you don't really have any intention to try and reject it. So let's clarify the Five of Swords in your advice section. Clarify the Five of Swords for Sagittarius. Okay, clarify the Five of Swords for Sagittarius. Again, two cards. Ace of Wands in reverse and Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. Ace of Wands. Why would it be in reverse? Hang on. So with the Seven of Wands is usually a card of being defensive, of holding your ground, right? So with it being in reverse, I feel like it is saying it is trying to tell you to give a little. And then, like, if you want to be loved, be lovable. Treat every single person as if you have no idea what they're going through, right? So with the Seven of Wands in reverse, I really feel like it's trying to say for you to try not to have your defenses up high, right? Like I said, if you want someone to be vulnerable with you, you have to begin being vulnerable with them. However, the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay, I feel like this one is trying to highlight to you that currently there's a bit of a lack of passion, right? I think it's like here, the reason why this Five of Swords is not yet resolved because someone doesn't really want to work on it. Someone doesn't really want to work on it. They want to heal. They're trying their best to get their life sorted out. But although they're trying to heal because it's not yet resolved, they don't really have the freedom to speak because perhaps, yeah, I feel like you're feeling guilty because there's an offer coming to you, but although you don't really want to reject it, you can't really say anything because perhaps you're feeling a bit guilty. And you don't really feel like you want to resolve the Five of Swords. But the advice is telling you that you should probably look into that, right? So let's have a look at your oracle card, Sagittarius. Library, take control of your own narrative. Nice. So I'm gonna read for you from the book number 22. Someone else is trying to call the shots in your life. They think they can waltz in and control your every move, and you need to say no to their manipulation. It might seem tempting to relinquish control, but if you give someone else power over your narrative, chaos will ensue, and it will all be in their favor, not yours. The stories inside of you make your library on the verge of bursting, but only if you're the one to pick up the pen. Alright, so from this one, what I'm getting here is that, you see, by not managing the Five of Swords, you're not able to move forward. Maybe financially, right? Family wise, physically, you are able to move forward and you're kind of moving quite successfully. If you, it's kind of like something that you can continue going on to and develop it as time goes on. But emotionally, mentally, you're stuck, right? You're letting the energy of the Five of Swords that has not been resolved stop you from doing something that you actually want, which is accepting the cup, right? You don't really want to reject, but you can't really say anything either. So you're not really going to get actual healing from this. Okay? So in this way, you're letting your story, your future, be narrated by someone else. You might be good financially, but that's not enough for humans to live happy. And you deserve happiness. And right now, your happiness lies in you finding the strength and the ability to get past the Five of Swords. Okay? There's two ways to get past the Five of Swords, as I said. Walk away from it or resolve it. And in this case, the cards seem to be telling you to try and resolve it. But it is your choice. You're human, right? You can always walk away. But whichever it is, whatever it is, you will need to let it go completely. Alright? You need to close it off completely. Also, this feels like it goes here. You are kind of letting your silence reject the cup, even though when you don't want to. You actually have to show people that you have care and you have a heart if you want to receive another person's heart. Okay? So Sagittarius, this is your reading. I wish you good luck because, well, Five of Swords, I've been through it. A lot of people have been through it. We survived, although it was very painful. Like I said, no one wins, everyone gets hurt. But yeah, again, I wish you good luck in your endeavors. If this doesn't resonate with you, that is completely fine. You can have a look at all your other signs that's in your birth chart, alright? Your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury. You can probably Google that up if you don't know yet, right? So Google what is my birth chart or how to find out my birth chart. So you usually just need your birth date, your time of birth, and where you were born, so they can calculate the location of everything on at the time that you were born. Alright, so that is all, Sagittarius. I hope you have fun, and bye bye.